name's Mojo Ruiz de Luzuriaga. You may know me as Mojo, formerly Mojo Juju. My mum is Wiradjuri, and my dad is actually from the Philippines. I was always a bit of a misfit. Throwing in on top of that being queer in a small regional town, like, it was kind of brutal. I was very much an outsider. I'm grateful for it, even despite all the difficulty. It's taught me to take ownership and like feel proud of all the intersecting aspects of who I am.
I don't know where I belong. My great-granddaddy was Wiradjuri.
When I got to the point where I started writing native tongue, and I'd had this experience where someone actually said to me, your songs are too political. It's really alienating for the audience. No one wants to hear that. They just want to forget about their troubles. That's like, and he was a white guy and he was talking about himself. And I was like, you know what? Like, fuck this. I'm done apologizing for being who I am. So for me, it was like this like really fierce kind of reclamation. It was like stepping into and proclaiming loudly every aspect of my identity and who I am and who my family is and what I stand for.
If you wanna call me something, call it to my face. But I will not apologize for taking up this space.
Yeah, no, I'll 100% tell you this story. There was someone. It's like one of my really good friends' ex-boyfriends. He just doing that classic thing where he's just like, why so political? Why so political? Like, we're all human. We're all the same. Yeah, sure, theoretically, but we don't all get treated the same.
Just shut your mouth. You don't know what you're on about. It's a never-ending diatribe of nonsense that you dribble.
A never-ending diatribe of nonsense that you dribble. Yeah, I mean, it was. We just ended up in this big argument about race and identity, and he was just trying to tell me, he was just like, oh, I'm gonna tell you how it is, And it's like, you've not walked a fucking day in my shoes, man.
I'd like to see you walk a mile in a darker shade of skin. You got no kink in your persuasion, and you don't know a fucking thing about the places I've been.
There was equal amounts of rage and humor when I wrote that song, which is a hard line to straddle, but also it was kind of fun. It's tongue-in-cheek. The first line of the song is shut your mouth, you don't know what you're on about. And there was something really satisfying about writing it. It's like all the shit you want to say to people sometimes. You actually have no idea what you're talking about. Ignorant, or just completely just don't give a fuck about anyone else. And that's like, they're the only two reasons why anyone would ever say that they're apolitical. If they just don't know or they don't care. And there's no excuse for either.
I have tried to get along.
It's not just white men, it can be white women. It can also be other people of color and our own internalized racism and our own internalized homophobia. I've had to process a lot of my own homophobia. I've had to process a lot of my own racism, like towards myself. I used to think, don't shoot me from that angle, I look too Asian. I had been brainwashed with this idea of what is attractive. Yeah, I don't look like you want me to look like. I'm not pretty, and I'm not thin, and I'm not white, and I'm not, I'm quite masculine. I'm masculine, and like if I was somewhere and someone would go, excuse me, sir, or something, I just felt like I wanted to crawl under a rock and hide, and I felt so uncomfortable and ashamed of myself. And actually now I'm just like, yes, I've unpacked so much of my discomfort around gender. and all the ways that you taught to hate yourself. There can often be a lot of performative allyship. In the film clip, I wasn't trying to make it too subtle. All these people like singing along.
You say you wanna hear my story, but only half of what I spoken. You wanna bask in all the glory. You wanna cash in on the token. You walk around like you can fix me.
Like, it's exhausting to have to educate people. It's really this responsibility of allies to educate themselves. We've been taught to hate ourselves for a really long time, and we do really violent things to one another, and we use like our oppressors' tools to hurt one another. I've made plenty of mistakes in my own life, and so I have to afford other people the same opportunity for growth that I've been allowed. I'm a big fan of the like, call me in before you call me out. Have a conversation with another human being, direct one-on-one with people face to face. And that feels good, and it feels like how we should be able to communicate as human beings. I've spent time with this and I hear you, and I'm gonna do better.